I noticed this annoying little thing on my car. The air filter housing is not fitting properly. It probably shouldn't be like that. Now we're going to fix it. I'll explain everything in detail. Everything step by step. To jump ahead, when I removed the filter cover, there was nothing critical. The cover is dust-free. Let's just say it's in perfect condition, but the fit nonetheless is poor. So, we're going to fix it. I found a video on the internet, and not just any video but on the channel Behind the Wheel. It seems to be a pretty authoritative source. And they showed how to treat such an issue when the air filter housing doesn't fit tightly, because one of the screws is spinning and accordingly isn't tightening. In the video, everything is extremely simple. We apply the glue with a glue gun, let it dry, make a few indentations with an awl or something sharp, and voila, everything works. Everything is holding again. Well, let's give it a try and see if the life hack works. First, on the 1.6 HDI engine, we remove the decorative cover. Next, we unplug the connector, disconnect the air hose, remove the pipe from the turbo side, and unscrew the intake pipe. Don't forget about these two clips. We unscrew the screws and remove the cover so it doesn't get in our way. And actually now we have great access to the hole. We take the glue gun and fill the hole from bottom to top. And, as mentioned in the video, we leave it for a while to let the glue cool down. It turns out something like this. We cut off the excess to create a flat surface and then make a small indentation using an awl, to make it easier to screw in the screws. Well then, let's see what we got. And it turns out we got nothing. The glue didn't stick to the walls of the hole, but instead it wrapped around the screw. In short, the method turns out to be non-working. Or maybe we need to do something differently. Okay, but what if we heat the glue? Not like me, so that it melts, but to a very liquid state. Let's put it this way. At the highest possible temperature, and to achieve better adhesion, we'll make the walls of the hole artificially uneven. We'll make a hole using the same awl, so it turns out, well, something like that. I think now, with no chance, the glue will definitely stick to the walls. Plus, it will secure itself in the gaps and fill the voids. It should work. And just to be completely sure, I took an awl, dipped it slightly in antifreeze. Just so you know, antifreeze is oily, and then, while the glue hasn't set yet, I inserted the awl into the glue. This way, I made a hole for the screw so that it only has to cut through the glue. We make a flat surface again and try to screw it in. Now it should definitely work. I thought about it, but again, no. It seemed like a workable scheme, but it's not working. Taking this opportunity, I have a small announcement. I have a feature called Sponsorship now available on my channel. If you're watching this channel because of the videos dedicated to the Peugeot 308, if you like what I'm doing, you like it. And besides likes and kind words in the comments, you're ready to support the channel and its growth. I would be grateful. Of course, it's not just for nothing and not for pretty eyes. Sponsors get nice bonuses. All the details are in the video and the link to it is in the description. Alright, I got frustrated and took off the entire filter housing from the car and went to work in the garage. By the way, is there a link to the video on how to remove the filter? It's specifically on this engine, which is in the description of this video. Let's see what's wrong. Even though in the original video the screws went into the glue like butter, in practice it doesn't work out that way for me. Plus, even when you're making a hole for the screw, the diameter of the awl is slightly smaller than the diameter screw. This might be important too. Alright, let's do everything the right way. To start, we take a Dremel with a special drill bit and drill a hole. First of all, I want to make sure that the depth is enough for the screw to have something to screw into. And secondly, while I drill, I automatically update the walls and holes. Well, you never know, there could be dust, dirt, grease buildup, or who knows what else. Next, to be extra cautious, I took this spherical attachment and I started sanding the inside of the hole, and the walls are a bit rough, and the shape of the mushroom will prevent the glue from coming out along with the screw. Next, maybe it's all because of this glue. It's transparent. This is the cheapest one from a fixed price type store. 3 prices, and that's all. I bought the black one at a hardware store. It's more expensive and its consistency is a little different. I don't know if there's a difference between them, but we'll see. We're changing the glue, heating it to maximum temperature so it flows nicely, pouring it into the hole, and inserting the screw. It's no longer an awl, but a drill. The same diameter as the screw shaft. Of course, I dipped the drill in antifreeze, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get it out later. We let the glue dry completely. As you can see, the hole was through, and some glue even dripped down. It won't get any worse from this. We take out the drill. We cut it flush. Well then, let's try to screw on the filter cap and tighten it. Drum roll. Victory! The fit is perfect, just like from the factory. Great. Now I can confidently say that the life hack really works, but with a few nuances. Specifically, you need to prepare the surface, drill the hole, and it's better to make it a complex shape rather than just a cylinder. Plus, something tells me that the adhesive composition plays an important role. And let's not forget to make, so to speak, guide holes with a diameter roughly the same as the screw itself. And that's when everything turns out great and works well. That's all for today. Thank you all for watching, good luck on the road, and goodbye everyone.